All right, good morning. It's day 5, just after 6:34. We're in a campground. That's why it kind of looks interesting. Kind of around us here, there's a bunch of super sweet campsites, like concrete areas where the picnic tables are and stuff. So we're gonna hike about 2.5 to 3 miles. There's a water source, and that's where we're gonna have breakfast. And then we'll show you Gabrielle's killer spider bite she got on her ankle this morning. We're not sure if it's, ringworm, Lyme disease, or just a spider bite. But the really cool thing was, we asked the guy who had his food kind of stored in this bear box, this metal container where our food was. And I said, hey man, have you seen one of these before? He's like, I think it's a spider bite, but hey, ask my buddy right here. So he starts looking at it and asking all these questions. And I said, like, are you a doctor? He goes, yeah, I'm an MD, like, for pediatrics. I was like, oh my gosh, man, the people you meet on the trail. So we had a doctor's analysis of the said spider bite, which is what he says it probably is. It's the most common. So pretty cool.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. So it's pretty chilly. Last night I was cowboy camping and I woke up shivering once. It's pretty chilly. So I'm having a hard time falling asleep. My IT band just will not loosen up until, I don't know, hours. So yeah, Gabriel, that's great. Gee, that's the trail right there. All right, so there's our little trail marker, that little thing right there. There we go. All right. Whoa. We're cutting across the meadow. Little prairie dogs going across the trail. Okay, this is called the Tahoe Meadow. It's super big. That's the first meadow we saw on the earlier video. It just goes and goes. It's pretty cool. That look familiar? What you're looking at there, you see that radio station? That's where we were yesterday. The highest point, which is like right here. That's where we had breakfast yesterday. That's the high point of the trail at 10,000 something feet. Right now we're at 8,000 something. I think we were just under 9,000 at the camp last night. So this is the clearest day we've had yet. I can't smell any smoke. We can only see some to the far south. And straight across the lake is, that's Desolation Wilderness. That's where we'll be in the last few days, which will be just epic. So one of the things that we think about a lot while we're hiking is, where's the next water? And a lot of people think you need a big running stream and all that. But really what we're looking at here is a primo water source. It's super clear and it's flowing, and it's coming out of a rock right there, looks like. Yeah, and it's just super nice. It takes a while, but if you get in the right spot, even a plastic bottle like that or whatever, that thing holds 2 liters, right? So you already have
a little bit over 2 liters.
A little bit over 2 liters. Yeah, and so it's unfiltered, but that's not a problem because we just screw our filter on the top of that and then we're all good. So we, on an app called Gut Hook, tells us where the next water source is, or the spring, and then people leave comments that tell us how it's flowing, whether it's not flowing at all, how fast it's flowing, was it easy to get water, is it clean, all that kind of stuff. So we depend upon that like a lot, because for us, water is the most important thing, followed by food. So that's about the water. So the water thing is actually a super big deal, and the use of the app, because we're highly confident we have no water for the next 11 miles. So that helps us determine how much water we carry, and we don't want to carry water. We've carried 4 liters of water on this trip a couple times, and that's 2.2 pounds per liter. So it's like 9 pounds of just water in our pack. That sucks. So that's why we want to minimize the water, and the water sources are so important to us. Ooh, that is not Lake Tahoe. That's another lake, probably kind of east of Lake Tahoe. A lot of smoke. A lot of smoke.
This is going to be Watson Lake or Creek or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was like car camping. It wasn't like a good spot. So we moved on.
So we just finished lunch. Man, it's always hard to go uphill right after lunch, but so it's 1 o'clock, something like that. We have about 4 miles, so we can easily do that in 2 hours. So we should be at camp, I think, about 2:30. So that's pretty good. So let me show you what the trail isn't really gnarly or anything. It's just uphill, and it's just right after lunch. But had a good lunch, so it's still in there. So yeah, this is what it is. A lot of walking. It's the heat of the day too. It's super hot right now. We're on the outside of the rim, facing, that would be, I think, east. And it's like the desert basically. So we're getting the hot air blowing on us right now. It's weird, once you get on the other side of the rim, temperature drops. It's super nice. You can really tell the difference. Must be something up here around the corner. Let's check it out. So I thought there'd be something really cool to check out, but it's just more uphill. But you can see one of the lakes down there in the warm valley. So we're right on the rim, so the air is cool again. It's Lake Tahoe. All right, so yesterday, I keep showing you this, but that's the highest peak we were at for lunch, and the radio station is just to the right of it, which is like a little dot. Wow, that seems really far away. So we're still going up this trail here, but I tell you, it's just really interesting how on the east side the air is super warm, you know, coming up from the desert floor, and then you crisscross over the other side of the rim and you get this really cool air. But the trail doesn't stick on one side or the other. It keeps flipping back and forth. So you've got this hot, steamy desert, dry sun in your face, and then you got this cool air coming off of the lake from the west. So it's like, I don't know, it's just back and forth. It's just rhythm. And somehow, you know, you just keep going. But it's just bizarre. I've never experienced anything where you get the hot and the cold so strongly in each direction. But you just got to keep going. So we're just going down a little bit right now, but I don't know if you see the clouds in the horizon right there. It's not really clouds, that's smoke. So the fire's still burning, and we'll talk about that tonight, a little later in our video, but you can tell it's very obvious. So we're kind of leveled out now, but it's a totally different terrain now. The rocks are different. They're kind of reddish. They're breaking different. It's really kind of cool. And this kind of reminds us of Oregon and at Three Finger Jack. We're up near the top of it. That's pretty amazing. It's a totally different kind of rock. So the terrain is changing again. See the smoke from the fire in the distance. Must be part of Lake Tahoe or a finger right there or something else. Definitely Lake Tahoe way in the back. Woo. Yeah. It's nice to have a sign that says Vista. We wouldn't really have figured that out by now. Woo. Wow. Keep walking. You can smell all the sage. It's a lot of it. It smells super good. This stuff is blowing in the wind. It's super cool. Explain it to people. Yeah. Yeah, this is clearly one of the most beautiful, this is the most beautiful lake we've seen so far. It's all the greenery. You can see our trail, we think, is straight ahead there. Alright, this is where I go hiking. The main ridges. Make it look good. Come on. Now we're on the back side of the hill that was just behind us when we were looking toward Lake Tahoe. So this is like the desert side, but man, there must be a lot of water somewhere because it's super green here. All sorts of plants, all sorts of stuff. Woo. Really pretty. Bunch of sage. Got everything here. It's like a flower garden here. Got these pretty things, see these everywhere. Wow. Pretty cool. And that's my favorite plant. What is that? Lupin? Love those things. Wow. So my guess, we're camping right in there where it's really green and there should be some water right there. That's where we will be spending the night. So now we're in a completely different environment. This has got to be like the day of just stark, different environments. It's amazing how quick they've changed from one side of the rim to the other to just, I don't know, meadow to forest to like desert rock to volcanic explosions. It's been really, really amazing. All right, so we're back at camp. We're kind of washed up. I'm super tired. I'm like practically delirious.
What?
I did my tent in stinking dirt.
Yeah, the tent situation isn't great today.
Yeah, it's like I'm too tired to
I'm in like
to
a
do
wind
anything.
tunnel, so hopefully, in the middle of the night, it
Yeah.
doesn't just like fly and I go flying into the floor.
Yeah, so around the wind is whipping in the trees, and sometimes there's this open spot in this campground, and it just, the dust just flies. There's a lot of people in the campground because there's not a lot of water on either side of us. So there's got to be, I don't know, 20 people all together. It's scattered over.
20, I don't know. What, there's two.
Yeah, it's a pretty big campsite
10.
spread all over the place.
I think there's 11.
Yeah. They do have like a pit toilet thing, and then they have
toilet paper.
With no toilet paper. Yeah. And then there's also what's the water thing? What do you call
pump.
that?
There's a hand.
Yeah, hand pump. It's pretty cool. You got to like pump it 8 times before the water starts coming out. It's kind of a hassle. So, but so we're gonna make dinner here in just a little bit, and then probably hang out with some of the people. I don't know. I don't feel like talking right now, though.
Really?
I don't. Do you feel like talking?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll go then. Anyways, really nice folks. So, so one of the questions was, what about the fire situation? I told you we'd talk about that a little earlier today, and I can actually see some of the clouds behind us here. So Gabrielle is the fire marshal of the group here. So she's going to tell us about what we do, not, besides, well, first of all, do we carry those blankets, so that we wrap up in case the fire goes over us?
No, we don't bring fire shields.
Shield, okay.
Like we're smoke jumpers.
Yeah, we don't do that because we make sure we're not even close, and other people are doing the same for us. So talk to us.
So, we checked in yesterday when we were in town, so I actually called the Tahoe Rim Trail Association. They had a phone number on their website, and I got to talk to an actual human.
Yeah, that's
just
cool.
to see, because I couldn't tell, because parts of the PCT are closed, and the PCT does overlap with the Tahoe Rim Trail.
So it's really confusing.
I couldn't tell what was closed. So I just called. And the lady said, yeah, no, everything's open. We're good right now. But I mean, the fire, is it the Tamarack?
I think
Fire, I think is what it's called. But I think with the wind direction, it will be blowing away from us versus towards us.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to be good.
Yeah.
But basically, the next time we go for our resupply in 2 days, I'll probably just call again.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Yeah. So the other thing too is, like, I've seen from on the PCT, if there's a fire issue, they will literally put like tape across the trail and stuff, and there may even be somebody standing there because and the other thing is, people we're going clockwise around the lake, and some people go counterclockwise, so we're passing people like at least once an hour, every hour or two.
Well, because there's at least 3 people who are going counterclockwise.
So what that means is that we're always exchanging information about the water, fire, bears, anything like that. So it's not like we're isolated without any communications at all. So it's not, whatever you read about closures, I mean, we'll probably find out about it and have a solution before you even hear about it, that kind of thing. So don't worry about that. We're good. There's people watching out for us too. So, anything else?
No.
Awesome. All right, I think that's about it for now. Hopefully this uploads. I don't know if we have cell here or not. If not, we'll get to you in a couple days. Thanks for watching, you guys. We will look at the comments if there's any there right now and try and answer those. All right, see ya. Well, we decided to do one more little thing here and on a more positive note. So I asked you, what was the coolest part of the trail today?
Oh, well, so about like 2 or like 1.5 to a mile before we got to the campground, there's this super cool vista. So obviously we could see Tahoe Lake, but then there's a lake in between us and Tahoe Lake. And we're up pretty high, and so you got to see like everything. The wind was like blowing at you, and there's like fields and stuff.
That was beautiful.
It was really, really nice view.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that we're camping with, we swapped photos, so that was nice.
There was a father-son
panorama too, so that was pretty cool.
Well, somehow we'll figure out how to
I have
transfer stuff. Yeah, Gabrielle's got it. So for me, it was real similar. it wasn't like a relational awesome thing today. Like yesterday was really amazing. Like we met people, all the stuff that happened in town, that was really cool. That was really special. So today, but it was more like an environmental thing, because the environment changed like so often from inside the rim or like outside the rim, whatever, outside, inside. So the environment, all the flowers, the foliage, the rocks, everything was changing so fast. It's kind of like Mount St. Helens in a way. I mean, it was different stuff, but it changed so rapidly, which was amazing. The temperature is what shocked me.
Yeah, you go on like towards more the outside of the rim, and the temperature would all of a sudden get really warm, and we happened to be going uphill too, so that was fun.
It was hard.
And then you do a switchback and be going in the opposite direction, and then you'd feel the breeze from Tahoe, and it would be nice and cold. So you go back and forth as you switch backing up.
Yeah. Well, the other really cool thing is we were. I've never had this experience before, whereas we kept being able to see where we were like the day before. Because when we hit that high point, and you could see that, plus you could see the radio station up there, so we could see it like almost the whole day. It was amazing, like how far we've actually come. So that was actually really encouraging. But if I knew if we were going the other way, and you knew you had to go over that, God, that would suck, because we dropped. Well, what was our? Oh dang, we were up to.
We were up at like.
We were 10, high today, went down and came back up.
10,200. That was the high point yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we ended up at like 8 something maybe.
Yeah, and I thought today, didn't we hit 7 something today?
No, that's just our inaccurate watches.
Our watches can be off 300 feet. So we were probably down to 8,000, and we went over at 9,000 then. And then where are we right now?
I think we're at 85.
85. So we did some up and down. So we did a total of about 11 miles today.
14 and a half.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, we rock. Dang, I feel much better now that we did 14.
Yeah, no, we did 14 and a half. It was it felt shorter because especially like the first like 10 miles was more of just like kind of like rolling downhill.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice to do that.
And so it just went by really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And then we had lunch at the Twin Lakes, which
lakes. Oh, I didn't get any pictures of that.
Well, there's zero water in them. It's pretty sad looking.
It's a coarse sand bottom, but you can see a water line that must be like 10 feet from the bottom, but it must drain right away, so there's just nothing there. So.
But then we only had 4 miles, and it was mostly uphill.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like
it wasn't
murderous uphill.
Yeah, it wasn't. Just for a little bit when the sun was on us and stuff. That's hard. So. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Awesome. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning.